Okay, the next step, once the fingerboards are glued on and the neck is ready to shape, is to remove the clamps. And you can see that I've added not only the fingerboard on the front to hide that steel rod, truss rod piece that I use, but I've also added a piece to the back of the headstock. That gives me a little bit more thickness and strength there to hold the tuners on. I've marked these for each box so that I know which neck goes in which box, and that's handy if I'm doing several at a time. With two, I could probably figure it out, but I still mark it just in case I start another project or forget what I'm doing between days, because it's been about a week since I've been able to work on this. So coming at this a week later, it's nice to have things marked and labeled. So what I'm going to do with shaping these, I use my my tabletop bench sander, belt sander, and I'm just going to curve up the edges, sand this down real nice and smooth. Probably going to put a nice curve on the headstock end of the headstock here, as I usually do, and just kind of blend this all together. And since the box is going to be right here, I'm going to leave about an inch or so of space between where the neck goes into the box, just so it has a nice square heel into the box. And I might wind up attaching more pieces to this and modifying the box a little bit as well, so I want to leave enough space for that. But I do want this to be comfortable, and the sharp corners, of course, need to be whittled down. So I've got this one and the Romeo and Juliet neck done. I also stained the fingerboard and the tail piece here on it to match the top of the box. Now, I haven't stained the back of the neck, back of the headstock here, because I'm not sure quite yet what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to sand it a little bit, and I may sand along the sides just a little, so I may have to retouch that fingerboard. But that's going to be the next step. So move over to the sander, and I'll just have at it. This part always takes a little while, but it's always fun to shape that neck. Okay, next up. go. All smoothed up. I like it. Next step is figuring out what tuners and what tuners I want to use and what position I want to have them in on next. I'm going to make the Chillin' Moose box a 4-string. When I do the Romeo and Juliet, my standard 3-string, because I'm planning on doing it up in a DAD tuning. So I'm going to use some of these partially closed tuners. So I've spaced those out on the headstock here. It's going to be really tight fit, but it's going to work. So I'm just going to mark where I will be putting these. Okay. Same thing over here. Romeo and Juliet box. Okay. Then I'm going to go over to the drill press, drill these out, attach the tuners, and then the necks will be finished, and I'll be able to work on the box next. Hopefully I didn't screw that up, and I think I did. No, maybe I didn't. Good, okay. They're not perfectly placed where I wanted them, but it's going to work, so that's all that really matters. Okay, that one's done. let's attach these tuners and get that part finished. Screws. Require 2 screws each. 4 more. If you are a cigar box guitar builder or just a maker of any kind, I highly recommend organizing everything in your shop as best you can, even if you don't stick to it, because having containers of exactly what you're looking for exactly when you reach for it is really nice. Okay, that neck is finished. As you can probably tell, I eyeball a lot. Sometimes it works great. Other times it comes out a little janky. Sometimes I really screw it up. Sometimes it just doesn't matter. And having these just slightly offset really doesn't matter. It will not affect the playing in any way, shape, or form. And honestly, unless you are really close to the guitar, really critical, the person's not going to even notice. Won't matter. So, I ain't going to stress over it. As long as the tuners work, hold the strings tight, do their job, that's all I care about. After all, isn't it the imperfections in us all that make us unique? Okay, necks are done. Okay. The next step is figuring out how these are going to go into boxes. Making sure that they actually fit. Which it appears I've made a slight miscalculation. take a little bit off of this. So this is just a little bit smaller than the box, so I'm going to use the miter saw to trim off just a hair of this. So I don't want it to go any deeper than that. Just set the depth. Okay. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Perfect fit now. Awesome. Okay. So that fits perfect. It's nice and straight. Now it looks like I might want to make some, yeah. So my cuts in the lid and the bottom were kind of off a little bit. In fact, lid may even need to be. Why is that not straight? Okay, I see what it is. This part right here needs to be trimmed just ever so slightly. That's better. Okay. Now it's a perfect fit. Okay. I want to be able to remove these hinges for a minute. These hinges will go back on just as dressing at the end. They're not going to be functional anymore because I'm going to secure the box together entirely. Actually, if I use the hinges and keep them on there, I might be able to make this one still open. If I attach the neck to the lid, the back will still come open. And that way I can modify the internals or change out springs. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. So let's see. We have to get some different hinges. I don't like these. They're way loose again. Okay, so I need to. Oh yeah. Will I be able to use the box art in? I'll even be able to get it off. Ooh, these will be cool. Fret marks. Yes. That's a cool idea, Devin. Well, shit. I got most of it off. Okay. Sometimes I like to use the box art and put it somewhere on the neck or in the headstock. I might do that with this. This is a really pretty artwork. So, it's Romeo and Juliet motif. Ooh, I wonder if it would fit over the pickup cover. Didn't I get a gold one for this? Why did you stop? My other camera stopped. Press. For the Chillin' Moose, I'm only going to put one volume knob on it. Sweet, simple, just a piezo pickup on the inside. That'll be covered up. Here. Gonna need a big drill bit for this one. Too big. Perfect. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Okay. All right. So now that we have, damn it, those are just not big, quite big enough. Okay. That works. Okay. Next, let's figure out the sound holes. And I'm going to use drain covers. So, use the hole saw to do that. And they make them even on both sides. So, when I do that, is I take my, let's see, they're at the 3 1/4 mark, so probably want to do about here. So that's 1.5 on the edge. Both sides at the same place. No, that's not where I want it. Let's go 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches that way. 2 inches this way. Okay, so I squared up by measuring the same both directions. Put a little cross. X. A little cross. X marks the spot. Doesn't quite look even though. Hold on. I marked it at the wrong spot. 2 inches is here. 2 inches is here. So, make a little plus sign. X marks the spot. That's where my sound holes are going to go. Okay. Then comes the tricky part of using the hole saw to do this. These drain plugs are going to go over my sound holes. And yeah, this matches that. Okay, there we go. Will fit right on there, like that. Oh no. Well, it looks like I'll be going to the hardware store because that is my last gold. That's my last gold sound hole cover, which is actually just a drain cover. Crap. Trying to decide whether or not I want to use these gold corners. I don't know about that yet. I'll decide that later. Alright, let's work next on the electronics, because that's really the last step here. Haven't made a bridge yet. I gotta do that. But wiring and stringing it up. Yeah, okay. So I want I'm going to use a flat pickup on this so that I don't have to notch the neck. Left is this silver one. Could have sworn I had a gold cover for this. Oh well, I think what we're gonna do is cover it up anyway with the box art. Or I might order a gold one. It appears that my pickup cover is going to have to be overlapped by sound hole covers a little bit. That'll work. I cover it with this. So let's trim this up so it will fit just right. Perfect. So that is going to be the pickup cover. Like so. A little blemish to fix if I can. I just wake up with a hair keep it. I can scratch it. I like that. Yeah, just like all sorts of things. Therefore. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Okay. Now let's work on the electronics. That's the next big step. Wiring, strippers, shrink. Soldering iron on. Wiring diagram, because I always forget what I'm doing. Tone pot. Oh, I need a jack. So disc piezo for the one pickup. Now I know I got out one of those. Where it went, I don't know. I was missing. It got stuck to the magnet. Go figure. Okay. That pickup works. The switch between them works. R2D2 to help me out here. Perfect. Everything works. Nice. I love it when it works on the first solder. Because it's really difficult to tear everything apart and fix it later. Okay. Nice. All right. Let's bolt these down into place. Perfect. All right, I'm going to take a break. Okay, I've done a little bit of work since the last section of the video. I've picked out a nut and a bridge, both being brass or gold. I've finished up the box, put hinges on the opposite side and replaced the top old hinges with clasps. I've placed a screw-in hook on which I've placed a resonator spring, and I finished up all the electronics and put it in. I was wanting to do all gold on this, but I only had silver jack plate, so I spray painted it gold, but it's already gotten scratched up, so I'm not sure how well that will hold up. The other thing I've done is I've marked all of my fret spacings. So I have a fret calculator on my phone. It's a Google Sheet that I use to calculate where each fret goes, and then I just use my tape measure to place it on the right spots and mark them. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm actually going to mask up the neck with masking paper and spray paint on the frets. Because it's going to be a fretless, a slide guitar, I'm not going to actually put real frets on it, but I do want the fret spacings, of course, to be there. So that's what I'm going to next. Mask this all off. just to help make sure I keep things straight. Let's mark all the way across using Since I've already attached it to the box, I'm going to need to cover that as well so I don't get any overspray onto the box. That ought to protect it enough. And ready to spray. I'm not going to get that part on camera.